Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cope with Hope. Today I have ManjuVani with me, who's a very creative and a very lovely Reiki master, as well as a tarot card reader. She writes a blog, she sings very beautifully, and she does fantastic art. So, thank you, ManjuVani, for coming to Cope with Hope and agreeing to be interviewed by me. And I would like you to start with telling our audience who are waiting to know how you became a Reiki master and a couple of your experiences.
Thank you so much, first of all, Nandini, for having me over. I'm like super thrilled to be here. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm happy as well. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Well, my Reiki journey, I did not take up a Reiki course to become a Reiki healer or a Reiki master or anything. So I just wanted to be connected with my teacher. You know, it was just like a healing experience that I wanted to have with her, like a healing workshop that I wanted to have with her.
Yes.
And I never ever thought that I would be a healer at that point in time, which was like 8 years back.
Yes.
You know, and so it just started off, and first level Reiki just went on, and I could feel some sensations in my palms, but my mind was very skeptical. I remember I'd asked like plethora of doubts to my teacher, and also I had researched a lot about Reiki, you know, because my mind wanted the proof. You know, whether Reiki is real, whether it works or not. So I had researched a bunch of articles, and surprisingly, I actually had found studies which have proven that Reiki works and how it heals and all that. But still, my mind was not very, hooked on to it. It was still doubtful.
Yeah.
So after first level, after about a month or so, we did our second level, and that was the time when I truly opened up to Reiki, and that was a very intense experience for me. And right after level 2, and we have to do a 21-day practice after each level.
Yes.
I think while I was doing that, I started feeling a lot of sensations in my palms, which was very real, and that truly blew my mind. I'm like, what's happening? You know, it's not imagination anymore. But
No.
still, you know, my skeptical mind was like, no, maybe it's the blood circulation happening, or maybe I'm having cramps and all that. But it is undeniable. I couldn't anymore deny the power of Reiki and what it was doing to me. I started experiencing changes in me. I used to become very calm, and I was to become very silent, and suddenly I was de-stressed. You know, so all of these things happened, and I actually don't know what happened in the process, that I started getting the urge to share Reiki with others. So, and I really give all the credit to my teacher and her attunement and her guidance, because it was not my honest intention to be, you know, to share Reiki with anybody.
Yeah.
So then I just went to my teacher and I said, I don't know, I have this urge to share Reiki with people. I don't know what is happening to me. And at that time, I used to take like healing sessions from her and a bit of counseling, and we used to talk.
Yes.
So then she was like, if you want to share Reiki with people, your sessions will never end with me. I hope you know that.
That's the thing. Yeah. As a healer, you also need to continue your own inner journey.
True. Yeah. Then I was like, okay, I did not know what it entailed. So I said, yeah, okay, what's there in that? Yeah. So then after that, it just started. And after some time, we did Reiki Master. And then I was allowed to share Reiki with people. So I started off doing it with my family members. So my all-time guinea pig is my husband for all my experiments, whether it's Reiki or tarot or cooking or anything else. So I did it with him, and then with some of my cousins, friends, my mother. Then slowly it started expanding, and I put on a page, and I got a few people from there. So from there, it has kind of come till here, where I feel very connected to Reiki.
Yes.
I feel like this is what I'm meant to do.
Absolutely. I want to tell you all that I had COVID last year, and after I had COVID, I was recuperating, and ManjuVani very kindly shared Reiki with me for 21 days. And it was a wonderful experience. I really needed that rest time. And She helped me in the most amazing manner. So thank you, ManjuVani, for that. And tell
Most
me
welcome.
something. What do you feel are a few miraculous breakthroughs you've had with Reiki that you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, I think first for me, I think just this being in that space of Reiki feels miraculous. Having a mind which is logically bent to even feel those sensations and to see the things that I see, or just and the feedback that I get, that itself is miraculous every single time for 8 years.
I
I
love
still
this.
feel wow.
Having a mind that is logically bent.
Yeah, I'm like wow. I'm like wow. It's nice. I think just one advantage of having a logically bent mind. Otherwise, it usually gives me a lot of trouble.
Yes,
But what I see is that instantly people feel very relaxed. Like even if I do self Reiki or receive Reiki from others, I feel very relaxed. I
yes,
feel like okay, I'm at home. I'm in my space. All the stress that I'm feeling is definitely not there.
yes.
And I think recently I have given it to shared Reiki with people who have had cancer,
Okay.
tumor, or
Yes.
who have just come out of a surgery. In fact, we were doing Reiki while this person was going through the surgery, so that the surgery goes on well. So I feel that all the side effects they have of these harsh treatments like chemo or radiation therapy, that is really managed very well with Reiki.
Okay. Yes.
And the healing of the wounds happens real fast with Reiki. And it helps with digestion, it helps with sleep. I think the first symptom that the Reiki is working on you is that you sleep well.
Oh, yes.
Many times many times I mean, I've heard feedback that nothing happened to me, I just slept well. And when I take this feedback to my teacher, she says, but that's the thing, for
Yeah.
people who haven't been sleeping well, if they have
Yes.
slept well, that's a miracle.
Yeah.
And all the rejuvenation and all the healing and all the regeneration of the cells that need to happen when we
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
So that itself is a miracle. Like when I mean now, since COVID, I've just been doing distance healing, but
Yes.
otherwise I used to have people come to me, so they would just snore and sleep during the session. And a few whom I had shared Reiki with had insomnia. So they
Yes.
were, after some time they went off the pills and they could sleep well.
Okay.
That's the miracle of Reiki.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also I think being in a space of love, that is just Reiki. And
Yes.
my teacher always says this, that Reiki is not something that you generate and give and all that. It's just that you're being present, to be in love, to
Yes.
be there for another person.
Yes.
You're not sharing just some energy or just some hand positions, you're sharing yourself in that moment.
Yes.
I feel that experience is truly miraculous.
Oh, this is so well said. It's an experience of love, sharing
Yeah.
love, and being in
Yes.
that space of love,
Yes.
which is lovely, which actually can change so many things in a
Yes.
very illogical way.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems deceptively very simple. You feel what is
Yeah,
there? Just being in
yeah,
love, but then the power of love and the power of gentleness is what
yes,
Reiki brings out. Reiki is very soothing and it's very relaxing. It is not something very intense, but the
yes.
healing that happens is very intense and very powerful.
Oh, that's lovely. The power of love, the power of gentleness, the
Yes.
power of soothing. And I like
Yes.
the combination of power and gentle, power and love,
Yes.
power and soothing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's also been a big lesson for me, Nandini. Like I've been, like everybody else and most people in India, I have been brought up in an environment where male qualities are respected more than the feminine qualities, and
Yes,
the masculine qualities are thought to be powerful, while the feminine qualities are thought to be very weak. But it's
yes.
through the work that I do with my teacher, I've realized the power of the feminine. And that's the reason I named my page and website also as Vibrant Shakti, because
Yeah.
because that reflects my connection with my own femininity and Devi, of course.
Well, you look like Vibrant Shakti Devi.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank
the
you.
first thing one is attracted to and perhaps mesmerized with is your beautiful eyes, which have the most lovely Devi energy in them.
Thank you. Thank you, Nandini. You're so kind.
So, I mean, that's wonderful. Any other like miraculous experiences you've had with Reiki that you'd like to share with everybody? I know there was some healing with some bone healing that you'd had.
Yes. So recently, my husband had a hairline fracture. So he was told to have his plaster of Paris on for like 3 weeks, and then there would be some time for rest. And so we all, like, I have a group of healing friends with whom I regularly interact. My teacher, my healing friends, me, all of us kept giving him Reiki every single day. We bombarded him with Reiki. Like in about 10 days, he did not want to have the POP on because it was so uncomfortable.
Yes.
I kept saying, no, but it's required for the thing to heal and all. You should have for 3 weeks.
Yes.
And then when he went to the doctor after 10 days or 10, 12 days, he was supposed to wear it for 3 weeks. But when he went there, he had a ligament tear on one side of his ankle and a hairline fracture on the other. And then the doctor said, no, surprisingly, this is just healed. It's all come together. There's nothing seen in the X-ray. And then he had much less pain. He could walk without the cast.
Yes.
So he said, you just wear an ankle band, but just be careful you don't strain it or you don't work out or anything. So that was like, again, it was a miraculous experience for me.
Yes.
And it just blew my mind. Like I thought 3 weeks of POP versus just 12 days of it.
Yeah.
And much less pain. Yeah. And something that we did not expect. Because I think Reiki does its own thing. We cannot control it. Which is again a challenge to my logically bent mind. But Reiki does its own thing. You cannot control it. As a healer, you can just do the best you can and be there as an open conduit, for the energy to flow. And of course, there is a sense of, what hand positions you need to hold on for long, or which point requires more energy. All of that happens during the session, but ultimately, who knows what Reiki does? And sometimes the person wants to get rid of the headache, and something else happens, which is also good.
Yes.
And probably consequently it'll remove the headache, but the intensity or the outcome is not predictable with Reiki, which is another beautiful thing.
Yes.
Which means we can be expecting pleasant surprises.
That's lovely, ManjuVani. So would you be open to sharing this with our audience if anybody needs Reiki?
Yes. I would be happy to. Yeah, you're welcome. Please DM me on my page.
Yes.
You can get in touch through Nandini also.
Yeah, you can DM her and then you can just like work with, like the energy exchange and things you can tell them.
Yes.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
How lovely. And tell me now about tarot cards. Do you have your tarot cards nearby?
Yes. I do have it here with me. So tarot, my journey also started almost along with Reiki. After my Reiki course, I went on to do tarot reading. In fact, before I met my teacher, I was in a very confused phase. I was going through a lot of trauma, and I was an emotional mess. So I really wanted someone to help me and to hold me. But I had tried plethora of things again. Like I'd gone to pranic healing, Reiki healing. I had not learned, but just gone as a client. And I tried counseling. I tried some pendulum thing. I tried aura photography, aura cleansing, and tarot reading. I had gone for a few sessions, but nothing made me feel like I was held. Until I met my teacher, and that's when I felt like, okay, I'm at the right place. But it was a tarot reading with Tanya, whom it was a reading with her that actually led me to my teacher. So she was the one who read the cards and she told me, no, you require help. You can't do it on your own. And she said, I know this person. If you want, you can go and meet and see how it works out for you. So it was really tarot cards that led me to my teacher and put me on my spiritual path. So I really honor tarot a lot for the guidance it gives. And so I really wanted to share it with others, with people who are as lost as I was at that time. And that's why I learned it also from Tanya Raj. And like she did a proper course for me, two-part course. One was for beginner level, one was advanced level.
Yes.
We did a lot of practice. And I also have learned it from my Reiki teacher, who also reads cards. So
yes.
I keep taking. So guidance from her is like unlimited. So it keeps going on.
Yes.
So I've learned it from her. So since then, I have been offering tarot readings.
As well. So you can DM her for that as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow, Manjuvani, that's lovely. So should we pick a card for what should we pick?
I'll pick one. If I feel like picking some more, I will pick.
Okay. We leave that
first
part to you.
Yeah, to the divine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll first pick for everybody, just a general card.
Yes.
Just shuffling my cards.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. It's called Seven of Cups. Okay. So this is, I think it shows, it just reflects what we're going through right now, all of us as collective energy. We're really confused about our lives because of COVID and because of all the things COVID has brought about for us. We are going through disruptive phase. More than disruption, I think there's a lot of confusion. We don't know what to choose. A lot of the people who are watching are confused as to how their path is going to be next. There's no clarity. Even now, we don't have clarity about whether COVID will go away, whether we have to stay with it, whether the vaccines will help. But we're just doing whatever is we can do. So I think this card is really signifying the current state of confusion, of not having clarity, and of having too many choices to pick from. And it's not like we don't have ways ahead, but then we're really stuck with too many things. So we don't know which is the right choice. That's what it says about the current state. Okay. So the other card that I picked is Queen of Pentacles, which is just like the solution card for this confusion. One is, this card definitely assures that there is going to be security. It just is the matter of time, and there is, of course, a lot of fear around, and there's emotional turmoil around, but everything will come to a balanced state, and people especially will have a better, we all will be in a better place. We will have better healing mechanisms coming up, and the money turmoil that is happening everywhere, it will come to a standstill. It is just a matter of time, and it's just about trusting and holding on to our inner strength so that we remain balanced in this chaotic time.
Lovely. How lovely.
Yes.
Before we end, would you tell me what hope means to you? What does the word hope mean to you?
Well, I think the meaning of hope has been evolving over time for me. But currently, I feel like it's having faith that all is okay, that we are held, no matter how chaotic things look. Just to have that faith that whatever is happening is for the higher good of all, whether we like it or not, whether we're comfortable with it or not.
Yes.
That's hope for me.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's for the higher good, whether we like it or not. And any message for our audience before we say goodbye?
Well, this message is for the audience and for me as well, that it's a reminder that all of us have a higher intelligence within us and around us. And when we feel stuck, when we feel like we are struggling with something, it is easy to just hand the problem over to this higher intelligence, no matter what we call. My teacher always says this: let go and let God in. That's like the smartest thing to do. Instead of working it out in your mind, just let God in and let God do his miracle instead of a human mind trying to solve it.
That's lovely, Manjuvani. Thank you, Manjuvani. Big hug and kiss to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share my thoughts, Nandini. I also have to compliment you from my heart that I thoroughly am inspired by your, by your enthusiasm, by your dedication to be there for other people and to really consistently bring different people and different points of view to your viewers. It's just awesome. I just love the way you do everything, the way you set up your place, the way you talk, and then how much work you do, post the interview, to just bring different bits to the audience. I'm really inspired. Thank you so much for the opportunity.